Guys, welcome to the show. We're here. This is the All Good Things Pod. Huh? I just love the sound of my own voice. I love it. Welcome to the All Good Things podcast. I'll take them off in a sec.
Okay.
This is Jason. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. No, what's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Our guests today are. Oh, I really like it with headphones.
A lot of people do headphones.
Yeah, people do the headphones. You got to do the in-ear ones though, so you don't look insane. You can wear your hat and have your hair be so.
See, now that's a big difference.
You just love the sound of your voice.
No. But it was like so cool before. I was like in Annie's world. I was in Todd's world. I was in Navine's world.
Put them on.
No. They'll look silly.
Put one on each, one on in ear and
Like
one off.
DJ style.
Were you ever a DJ?
I was never a DJ. I have no musical ability.
Maybe in the future. Dude, DJs.
I
Not
think
to
I'm
be rude.
I think I passed the DJ phase in my life. Like someone said that to me, like you should go DJ, and I was like, I don't want to be.
That's what Paris Hilton thought, and look at her now.
Yeah, I don't want to be at the Win at 12:30 starting my set.
I 100% only want to be at the Win at 12:30, and now that you said it, I actually
Do you?
I would like to be at the Win.
No, you wouldn't. We went with Dylan Francis once, and we were like, okay, what's it like to be a DJ? He's like, you guys can come with me. I have a residency at the Win. Blah 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 blah. Sounds awesome, right? Dylan's really funny. He's really cheap. He flies Southwest.
Oh.
So we went. He's like,
If I'm DJing, I'm flying private.
I don't think this is a bad thing. I'm not dissing him. I think it's cool. He was like, they're giving me X amount of money every Friday night to come here. I'm going to keep as much money as I can. So he flies us Southwest. He gets out there. He goes in the room. He gets the best chicken tenders. He pulls the laptop up and he goes like, picks out what he's going to play. His buddies are there.
Is this a bar mitzvah?
No,
DJ,
this is like.
If you know what I'm talking about. You get my joke?
What's the joke?
Oh, he was being a little
Jewish
cheap. He was being a little.
DJ.
He was being a little cheap. I'm a quarter Jew. I'm allowed to say that.
Is this your first podcast?
I mean, we do Annie Wood podcast. We do the solos, and I'm the co-host, I guess. I used to not be though. I used to be behind the camera.
And then people want him back behind the camera, so we're. I want to have an AI like being instead of him.
Yeah, we're working with some AI companies to.
We have some plans to get rid of Todd.
I saw one thing on your podcast which was really funny. Annie obviously was somewhere she didn't have a camera, so she was reading her stand-up dates, but you put like an AI woman in a hijab, like
I know, it's so funny.
hijab.
People, I just picked a
Thanks for
random
correcting that.
AI character to use.
Yeah.
And after we posted it, people were like, "Wow, thanks for the representation for
Ramadan.
You did it totally random.
That was totally random.
Funny.
Perfect though. We're like, yes.
funny.
Yes,
We'll do a rabbi next time.
I was
Stay even.
live streaming with a guy the other day, and he was celebrating Ramadan, and he was like, he had me turn my music off. Because you can't listen to music.
And it can't be secondhand music.
Well, I mean, I felt kind of bad. I was being respectful. I was like, I'll turn it off. I was like, I don't.
What do they do? You can't eat or listen to music?
Yeah, what is it? Do you
What
know?
is
I
it,
don't
babe?
know about the music part. I haven't heard. Maybe it's like really extreme, but you just can't eat till sundown.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
Jews
that's
do
just
that too,
LA.
once a year.
Yeah, no, I feel like you shouldn't anyway. But yeah, and then you have like a wonderful dinner that's like so fun with like all of your family,
Yeah.
and friends.
And that's nice.
Is he invited? Is he allowed to go?
Well, I'm not religious, and we don't do. I don't fast. But if I did, well, we kind of.
You don't fast?
We
Excuse
kind of
me.
Fast.
This is such a hot outfit. I love like a
Thank
hot
you.
podcast outfit. And these, can I ask about your boobs? I feel like I asked already.
They are real.
I can
actually
tell
had
they're
a-
naturals. They're
I
beautiful.
had a breast reduction.
Oh.
which
Can you
Jason
believe this,
hates.
Todd?
He hates.
Can you believe this?
Can you believe this happened to you?
So I was in love with her for like 2 years, and I never slept with her or anything.
I waited 2 years before I let him.
And then during that time,
I like that it's just Jason cum in my pants for 2 years.
what?
You just like coming in your dry humping in your pants. Were you guys like making out and stuff?
No, I didn't see her for 2 years.
Well, we made out.
We made out.
Yeah, like 2
And
times.
then during that time, Todd, she goes and she gets a breast reduction.
You're like, what the hell is going on?
So
She
I
was trying to
never-
get him on toit for you.
So I never got to see, as good as they are now, I never got to see the real thing, and it kills me.
Yeah,
I think the real thing though, you tightened and you lifted, right?
I made them a lot smaller. They were just too big for my
Were they
frame.
and the
You know, like,
shape? And I'm trying to be like so nice to you and be like, no, they were like.
No, and he was like,
and she's like, no, there was nothing wrong
with
with them.
Did you have like back problems stuff? I was like, no.
Yeah. And didn't the doctor go like, you don't? Weren't you? Didn't you, this was your
we
words.
had the doctor
Your
on
words-
the podcast.
No, your words were. It was over COVID and I was bored.
I was bored, but I was also seeing someone that was like didn't like boobs, so I was like, eh.
Right.
And I
Oh
was
my
like,
God, you just completely
I
got
was
like
I
a
told the doctor,
top
I
surgery.
was like, I'll do like an A cup, and he was like, no. And
Thank
so then
God.
he was like, I'll take a little bit out, but I promise you're gonna change your mind, and so like you should still have big boobs, or you're gonna feel like it's gonna be weird. And
yeah, you're gonna feel weird all the
He's like-
time. You're gonna be like, who am I? Am I a
So
girl or a
I'm
boy?
really glad I listened.
Why are my
to
shoulders so
him.
big? I gotta tell jokes to distract people. I don't know what to do. One time my friend was like, she was like, oh my God, you're wearing shoulder pads. And I wasn't wearing shoulder pads. And then I was like, you are, because she has small boobs. And she was like, oh. But it was so funny. She was dead serious.
Do you feel like you have big shoulders?
You
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
think so.
I was a swimmer. I don't take it. It's
you
not
a
a bad
swimmer?
thing. I was a swimmer.
Swimmers do develop.
Yeah, you get kind of like. I was working on the butterfly.
Do you follow like Michael Phelps and stuff like that? Are you into swimming?
I don't. I do like watching it.
Yeah, you're just obsessed.
Because it is a cool sport. Like when they flip and
I mean,
it's kind of cool.
Yeah, but like once you already do, like it was kind of. Were you on swim team?
Yeah, I did the YMCA swim team.
That's not
Really?
real. He was so much poorer than me.
No, I did.
I know you're poorer than me. I'm
I
saying
know.
that's like the poor kid.
And then you get
YMCA.
traumatized by
The ringworm you got from the no, but that's what I was gonna say. You kind of like it's so hard. Like it's the practices are long. You're a kid. It's like a lot of work.
And it was
Yeah.
on Saturday, and I used to have to wake up early on Saturday.
Yeah.
At like 8 a.m., go to the YMCA, dirty YMCA, and then just that smell of chlorine makes you just like sick.
But you have black hair. We had like me and my brothers had blonde hair, so we were just like had green, crunchy hair
yeah,
all the
yeah.
time. And we would wait for our mom to pick us up, and we'd be like so cold, like in the
Freezing.
winter, like just waiting for her. And she's like, "Why don't you put your clothes on?" But we all had like ADD and didn't want to put our clothes on, so we're just like in our wetsuits waiting for her.
I have a memory of just full bush walking through the women's locker room
Oh,
when I
yeah.
was like 5. And I thought that was like crazy.
Well, speaking of bush and swim team, my mom joined our swim team when we were kids.
Yeah.
And did not. It was okay. So there's like I think it's 8 and under, 12 and under, or maybe 14 and under, maybe 10 and under, 14 and under, and then there's unlimited, which is 15 plus.
Is this at the YMCA?
No, this was at like our local. We were on the Cheltenham swim team. We were the Cheltenham Stingrays and then the Glenside Dolphins. And then my mom joined the Glenside Dolphins with the unlimited thing, but she was like in her 40s. It was like, Mom, this was like 15 to like 17. And my mom was like, I'll go with you
So it's like the
guys.
exact same team as you.
She was on our team, same swimsuit and everything. And then, but she had like a bush. And I was like, Mom.
Change in front of
Because
you.
you're supposed to like, but it would be like kind of coming out the side. It was like, Mom, this is so embarrassing. You're supposed to shave like your whole body. Like swimmers are supposed to have no hair.
Yeah.
It was wild.
That's really.
Why would she
funny.
join your team?
You know,
Just to show off.
just to beat some kids.
What's your mom
I don't
like?
think she would. My mom is an artist, but like, okay, so
Okay, there we go.
Todd started 3D printing and making these really cool, nerdy things.
Yeah.
And I'm showing him, and I have my phone, I'm showing my parents, and I have the phone, so you could see it on FaceTime, and my dad's going, oh my God, that's so cool. And my mom comes in, she says, huh? Like she always does that to me too, because I can draw. She'll go like, And you're like, you fucking bitch. No, my mom's the best, but she's adopted, so.
Uh-huh.
She's just got adopted energy.
Yeah.
And now as a grown up, I'm like, that's so funny that you joined the swim team. That is
Why, you
so
were mad before?
funny. When I was a kid, I was a little bit like, Mom, this is so embarrassing. Like, why are you a parent?
Where did
here?"
you guys meet? You
At the
two?
Comedy Store.
The Comedy Store, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
He was in the basement Todd.
Yeah, I used to work the podcast studio. But
The Comedy Store podcast studio.
yeah, they have it still now.
Do they still do
it's
it?
run by different people, but yeah, when they first opened it, I was like the what do they call it? Patient zero of testing it out.
Right.
And I would go down and hang out with him, and
It was a lot funner though, right?
it was fun. Yeah, it certainly was.
Why was it a lot more fun?
We just made it fun down there.
It was really fun. And there was this guy, Argus Hamilton. Do you know him?
No.
He's like 120 years old.
Okay.
He like dated Mitzi Shore back in the day, and she was like, he will forever have spots. So he always
was,
gets these like kind of 6
on
months.
set to be the next
Late
his
Show.
name? Yeah, after what's his
Carson?
name? Yeah, Johnny Carson.
Oh, really?
But he was just an alcoholic.
Yeah,
and
he was like a
fucking
drunk, but he looks like a doll. Like he's had like facelifts, and then he has like this hair on top of it. And it's like so crazy, but he's so funny. I mean, he does these one-liners and he kills every time.
Yeah.
But they had him doing the Argus Hamilton show, and Todd and his friend Schmidt were the producers, and I would go do it. They would have like an interview talk show, and I would do it. And all of a sudden, he'd be like asking me the most like ridiculous questions I've ever heard. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And he would just say whatever they wrote. So he'd be like, so can I see your feet? Let me smell your feet, like stuff like that. And you're like, what the f- are you talking about? And he would be doing these fake ads, but it was kind of amazing. They had this guy that would basically puppet anything they said, and unfortunately, it all went down during COVID, but it was pretty good.
Yep.
Do they still do podcasts over there?
Yeah, so for some reason, the Comedy Store, they do weird stuff. When COVID hit, the first thing they cut was the podcast studio.
Where you're like, that is the only thing that
The
still
only thing that should
exists.
be
Everything
going.
blew up over
That's
the.
like when podcasts exploded. But
Right.
So they cut the podcast studio, and then for a while, it was just dark. And then the store started like opening up again, and they just hired like new people, and they've just been going through.
They
just
always
trying
kind of
to
like have
figure
new people
out,
coming in.
yeah.
They're starting to look good though. The podcasts are starting. They've like
Starting to look good.
actually getting like good cameras and good lighting and stuff.
Who has a show over there?
Justin Martindale has a show, and I don't remember any of the other ones.
I think Kim and Sarah have a show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's where they're doing it. It looks good though.
I want to go to your show on the 16th.
Come, it's a good lineup, right?
Yeah, David Spade.
David Spade.
It's exciting. Who
Your hair
else?
twin.
My what?
Your hair twin, a few years longer. I think yours might be realer though.
Getting into that David Spade area now. Yeah.
No, you're not.
It's like blonde.
Yeah. David Spade. Who else?
David Spade, John Mulaney.
John Mulaney.
that's
Yeah,
so,
is
so
that
exciting. Yeah,
exciting?
that's really exciting.
And then Caroline Ray, who I'm obsessed
Exciting.
with.
Yes.
And Ian Edwards.
And Ian
So it's gonna be
Edwards.
really
Yeah, we saw
fun.
Ian Edwards at
Bourbon.
the Bourbon Room. Yeah.
Now, did you ever watch Caroline Ray's show? Do you remember when she had a TV show? She took over for when Rosie O'Donnell had a talk show.
Yes.
Then Caroline Ray had a talk show. So when I met her, it was like kind of insane.
Were you on the show?
No, I just like met her, in comedy and was like,
Right. When you
'Cause when I
met
was
her,
a
she had a
kid-
big TV show.
no.
and she was a
When
big
I met
deal.
her, I had grown up watching her
Oh, I
on
see.
that show. Like when I was sick, I would watch it.
Yeah, and now you have a nice relationship with
Yeah,
her.
she's the best.
She's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to have her on here. Someone called about her here.
She's a very good guest. She's so funny.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. I saw her. We went to this. I got invited to the premiere of
Palm Royale.
Palm Royale, which
Oh,
is
we've been
on.
watching that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's great.
Right? Yeah,
We really like it.
and we went to the.
Palm Royale. Christian Wiig.
I love that.
Yeah,
show.
it's so cute, right? Isn't it like the colors and everything too? It's like
So
so,
good.
pretty.
So pretty.
I was
And
surprised
she's
you
so
didn't say
funny.
anything. I was like, why isn't she
I
jumping
thought
in?
he- I was like,
You
why
showed
is
me
he
this show.
lying?
No, you showed it to me, and I loved it.
That sounds like James Bond. That's what it's called. I thought it was
Palm
called
Royale.
Palm Beach.
No, Palm Royale.
Oh, by the way, I thought it was
Palm
about
Springs.
Palm Springs.
Yeah.
And I was so confused, the opening credits. So we went to the premiere, and when we were invited, it was like, oh, like you're gonna be on the red carpet, all this stuff. But we like got into the pile of like, it was like old people with like fanny packs. Like it was like people that weren't like, I don't know who they were.
Yeah.
But it was like,
Where was the premiere?
it was at, where was that?
It was on.
Wilshire, right?
Or was it on Melrose?
I don't know.
Is
you
that fun
drive.
to go to something like that for you, or do you not like that?
It was fun.
I loved it. I got like the cutest outfit. It was like totally, I was like best dressed. And then they like put us into this other like pile of people. And I was like, no. Like at first when we came in, the security guards were like, come, you're in the show, come. And I should have just said yes. But I was like, no, I'm not in the show. And then they were like, oh, go around, walk around. And I'm like in heels and
Actually
Todd's
leave.
like, and
We need you to leave.
And I'm like, oh, this is weird. Like, no one's cute. Where are the cute people? And then we like get into the venue and we're trying to get water and we see everyone with like boxed water.
Yeah.
And they're like,
It was a weird night for us. Usually we insert
we go right in.
ourselves
We like walk into
every
after parties weren't
situation.
invited to. What was the Spirit Awards?
The Spirit Award.
But here's the thing: once I get in, everyone knows who. Like people are like Annie, and like it feels so it's good.
Sure.
This did not work out for us. So I go and there's like a guy. There's like a thing set up. It's not the red carpet, but there is like an area with like the background, and there's a photographer. So I go and I'm like the first one. He's like taking pictures of, and I'm like, doing my thing. And then someone comes over to him and goes, "Not her, not her." And I go, "Yes, me, yes, me." And so it was just like the whole like beginning was just us trying to like, and then we watched it and we ran into Caroline, and then Caroline was like, "I will introduce you to anyone. I will talk to anyone. I had a talk show. I don't give a shit." She was like with Austin Butler. She was like, because his girlfriend's in it.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Cindy Crawford's daughter.
Yeah,
It's
Cindy
great.
Crawford's daughter is so pretty.
We've met her.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. Cindy Crawford was super nice and sent my mom like a book. My mom met her daughter, and her daughter sat and talked to my mom for a long time. My mom was like telling her like what Cindy Crawford meant to her, and then Cindy Crawford sent my mom like a Cindy Crawford book and called her on the phone and like really nice.
It's like we are all so desperate, all of us. We're
I
like,
know.
You like me? I'll call her. People be like, my wife. I shot a scene for a movie. I can't talk about what it is, but this past week, and one of the guys on the show was like, "Oh my god, my wife loves you." I'm like, "Call her." He's like, "She's at work." I'm like, "Who cares? FaceTime her."
But the other way,
No, it's so sweet. No, it's sweet.
It's you know what it is. It's like there's very little that we all get excited for. So if Larry David was like right there, I'd be excited because I'd be like, this is someone that excites me.
Right.
Would you say anything to him?
Huh?
Would you say anything to him?
I had a bad interaction with him once. Yeah, I had
a
a
bad
really
interaction at the
bad
premiere,
long
too.
time ago. Long time ago when I didn't understand like who he was, but I
Right.
just loved the show.
Right.
And I think we were at some like Emmy thing, and he was standing by himself, and I was just like. I was like, oh my God, like, I can't believe it's you. Like, oh my God, like, I fucking can't believe it. And he was like, okay.
Chill. You're like,
Okay.
attention.
I was with my ex-wife.
Ew. I'm
Ew.
I'm just kidding.
So you were in your best spirits.
Yeah. No, like, she used to get invited to a lot of things. And then I said, and I made the really big mistake of asking for a photo. And he was just like, no. And then Conan walked over, and I was like, I got to get out of here. And
Yeah, you're like, I
fucking
could be in
laughed.
the middle of this.
Yeah, I got to get out of here.
I know it's when you know and you're like, oh, it didn't go how I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
When we were at the premiere, Bill Burr was there, and I have a really cute friendship with him. I love Bill. But so that was fun. I was like walking with him. We were having fun. And then he started talking to Sam Rockwell. And now Sam Rockwell, I don't know if he still lives there, but he used to live in the East Village, and I used to see him all the time. And I used to wait tables at this restaurant, and so I go up to him. I'm next to Burr, but I could just be walking by Burr. Like he doesn't see us talking. There's no confirmation that I'm with Burr or that I'm a comedian or that I'm invited to this thing. I could just be fucking anyone. But in my head, he knows I'm Annie Lederman, this comedian, and I'm doing great, and I'm friends with Bill Burr, and I got his new number. And so
Good for
I
you.
go right in, and I
New
go like,
number.
him and Bill are like having a moment, and I'm like, this is my time, and I just interject and I go, Sam, I used to waitress at Life Cafe for you, and he went, huh? And I went, I used to waitress, and it's like his girlfriend or wife was just in this thing, and I'm like, I mean, it was like a second after it came out, and just as Burr started talking to him, and I thought it was going to be like this epic thing where he's like, I'm so proud of you, look how far you've come, and he was just like, what? Like thinking I was going to like hand him like cocktail weenies or something.
The is the worst.
Huh?
Repeat.
And then I'm like, oh God, it's not going to get better.
Yeah.
And then it was cute, but I realized you have to come in with a little bit of.
You have to have something to say.
But she had something.
But
to
that's
say.
cool if he remembered me and was invested and knew how far I'd come.
Do you really think he would remember you as your waitress?
I think so. I was like a
Because
funny
you
waitress.
waited on him that many times. You're like, it was once,
I
but
don't think he'd remember that.
how many times did you wait on him?
Look, okay, I'm telling you right now, if Matt Dillon, he might go, huh, and then I have to explain it a little bit. If I saw Matt Dillon, he'd be
But
like,
we're talking
oh.
about Sam Rockwell.
I know, but he was the same situation. Like he'd come in and he'd order food.
How many times did you wait on Sam Rockwell?
You know, the more I think about it, the more I might have just been in the coffee shop at the same time as him.
Hey, but how good would it feel to get Bill Burr's new number?
I got that number.
Because I have people like that who change their numbers.
When you get the new number,
and when you
it
get the
feels
new number,
so good.
yeah, you're like, oh, okay.
When you text and it's green and you go, oh, I didn't get the new number. Shit. I know. It does
really
feel good when
funny.
you're like, I've made it. I made it the next level. But yeah, no, I guess he might not have. Yeah.
The only good one, we had a good interaction with Nathan Fielder.
Oh, I love him.
Because, we had recently watched his show and loved his show, and it was
Which one?
The Curse.
The Curse. Oh my God,
And
wild.
it was at
So
it was a
good.
time when it had just come out, and maybe not everybody had seen it, but we had. So we had something to say, and it was a great interaction, and that felt really good.
That was good.
That
You
was
did-
great.
You did great.
Okay, okay, so where'd you see him?
We were at some
It was like a
food pop up,
event.
all these
Okay.
food trucks down in Hollywood, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. Lots of celebrities there.
There's a lot of people
Not
there.
really. Well, yeah, like who's it? John
was
Mayer was there.
Chris Pratt was there.
I didn't see Chris Pratt, but I heard Chris Pratt was there.
Huge crush on Chris Pratt.
Okay.
So I remember.
Tell us. You have a crush on
This
Chris
is for
Pratt?
bringing up
And
your
I swear,
ex-wife.
This is like crazy.
She loves Vince Vaughn too.
Vince
Oh,
Vaughn,
really? He's
I would-
around. You can't have a crush on someone that's around like that.
What do you mean? Is he at the
Hey,
comedy store?
Annie,
We see him.
shut up.
Oh, sorry.
You see Vince Vaughn at the comedy store?
I've seen him at the Comedy Store, yeah. His
He
hair
goes
was
to
dyed
John
blonde. I
and
don't know what he was
Vinny's
doing.
West Hollywood a lot.
She knows where he is.
Is he married? He's married.
Yeah.
Marriage,
Ready
it
to
means
break that up?
nothing.
No, I would never. I'm so happy with you, but I'm saying if you weren't around,
Sure.
I think I would be with him.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, that's the way.
Who,
it
if
goes.
I wasn't around, who would you be with?
Me?
What celeb would you get?
Celeb.
Esther.
Yeah, I can't have podcasted with them. Well, I could have. I could have podcasted with them.
I don't know. Who am I? Who do I like?
Don't get.
It'd be so funny if you
He's
just
so
said
nervous.
something,
This
feels like a
someone you guys
trap
like
time.
no.
Yeah, it's like your sister-in-law. Oh,
Like if she asked me that,
You
I
always are
wouldn't
like,
answer.
I can't think of a woman's name. He always tells me, and I'm like, I'm saying celebrity because it's like, it could just be anyone. He's like, I can't even think of one.
When I was younger, I used to have celebrity crushes,
Me
but
too,
now it's
yeah.
like a long time ago. A long
Yeah.
time ago, I would be like, Scarlett Johansson is so
Yeah.
pretty. But now it's like
she's old.
But now, no, it's not that she's old. It's like
Yeah.
it's like she's
I know
married
what
to
you mean.
Colin Jost.
Yeah,
So I'm
you-
not gonna
you know,
sit here.
like-
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, Scarlett Johansson's so hot, like
Yeah.
somebody's wife. And,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it fades.
Well, my first was Britney Spears. I'm not going to say Britney
There you go.
Spears.
You could get her.
Yeah.
You're into Britney?
You could get
Oh,
her.
I was like,
Did you just, like, beat
I
off
just
to her?
remember I was like
Ew.
obsessed with
What?
Britney Spears.
I just don't like the motion.
I wouldn't beat off, but I remember like just being so young, and I had like a picture of Britney Spears. I got like at the boardwalk where they just
Yeah.
sell like
Oh,
little
yeah,
pictures
yeah.
like this, but like there's just Britney Spears, and I just remember just like staring at it as like a little kid. Is that weird?
Just being like, no, Brittany was the hottest.
so
Were you
pretty.
Christina Aguilera too or no?
Not really.
I'm so old, but
really.
mine were Alyssa Milano
Oh,
and Nicole Eggert.
yes.
Do you know who
oh
that
my
is?
God,
Do you know who that
yes.
is?
Nicole Eggert.
Nicole
From-
Eggert was the daughter on Charles in Charge.
She was so.
Oh my
Charles
God.
in
I was
charge.
like, and then one time I had an audition with her.
Oh.
And I was just like, ah.
And then she was on Baywatch too,
Yep, she was on Baywatch.
and that was probably really exciting for you when she came back.
I never watched on Baywatch, but
Oh, really?
I had porn by then.
Yeah, my brother and I were like obsessed with Baywatch. We love Baywatch. We were like little.
I watched it a little bit,
Yeah,
I
I didn't
guess.
care about Baywatch.
You
Baywatch
were-
was a silly show.
You want
What was
her?
on?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like when I was 16,
This is who you want.
when I was like 14 years old. Yeah, that's like that was.
She was like,
So-
I would ride Vince Vaughn. You want her? You want her?
So
She's
all your
cute.
crushes are blonde.
No, I said Alyssa Milano.
Alyssa Milano is.
Milano.
You're thinking of mint Milanos. You're thinking of Milano cookies.
I love blonde.
She's not. She's not. She has.
Interesting. Just kidding.
No, I don't care blonde or brunette. It's not my.
We're like all broken up by the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Feels that way.
Everyone's crying.
It must be tough to podcast together because I think we have little bumps that we get into sometimes.
We do a bump before, you know.
And why did you leave the Trash Tuesday?
I was so fucking burnt out and tired. It was like, it sounds like so. It sounds. It's embarrassing to say, but it's hard to. I mean, it's hard to podcast. It's hard to do 2 podcasts a week.
Yep.
It's hard. They wanted to bank a lot of episodes, so it was just like time wise. I'm traveling almost every weekend. I had not one moment. The commute was really long, and it just was like
Where was it? Where's the studio?
it was in Burbank, and I live in Venice, so it just took a long
Oh,
time.
that's not terrible.
just-
I would
Too
stop
far.
too. I would stop.
But you
too.
know what I mean, and it
far.
sounds.
It's far.
But it
I
was
would stop
during
any
rush hour.
podcast if I lived in.
But it
Venice.
was during. It was like during rush hour. It just was like. It was a hard thing to do, but I just had to realize like I have to cut something, and that I felt like we had like created this really cute thing, and I was like really proud of it, but I just had to like take a leap and figure other stuff out because I was so exhausted, and Annie was just in her house.
Yeah.
It's just in our house. It's
Yeah.
so easy.
And you're putting all your time into that podcast
And
now,
it's
and
okay
that one will be
because
huge.
I took a lot of brunt of the backlash.
I know everyone thinks Todd
Everyone
made me
keeps calling
quit.
me Yoko
Really?
Ono.
So
You look a little
racist.
bit like Yoko Ono.
so
Racist.
Oh, you do look like Yoko Ono a little bit.
Racist.
Are you Asian?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
are.
yeah.
You look. No, you don't look like Yoko Ono. You know who you look like? Are the Sons.
The Suns.
Lennon.
that sounds
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Like
if they
Sean
look
Lennon.
either, but
They're kind of
maybe.
fat.
You ever see Sean Lennon?
No.
A little bit.
They're fat.
Are you full Asian or you're half?
I'm half.
Half, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they
he's
are
a
too.
halfie.
But
Yeah, they all start to look alike.
They called you Yoko Ono?
I'm not no Yoko Ono
That's
because
really
I was
funny.
there when Trust Tuesday started, and I was there when it was.
Yeah.
So there's actual
done.
comments that say Todd caused this
They
breakup.
were like, who knew Todd was going to be the Yoko Ono? I was like, what? I was like, oh,
I know.
do
Todd just
support
supports me.
my
I know.
wife.
I was like, I literally was like, you guys, I'm actually so embarrassed that you think Todd has any control over me like that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Do you know anything? No, but it was like, it was a tough decision, but it was just like, what was coming up too was like, they were going to need me to bank so many episodes. And it was like my busiest month. And I just was like, I literally am not physically available to do this.
And how did they take it? They take it okay?
Yeah, I think everything's going to be okay and everyone
Because you're
will
a
be
big
fine.
part of that show.
Yeah, I mean, I gave like a 30-day notice, and you know, I believe it's amicable and good, and I
Amicable.
wish them, and I 100% like wish them well and want everything to be good, and I have no like,
Of course.
I wasn't like, let's just end the show, or you know what I mean. I know that they want to continue it and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and you know, maybe I can go be a guest on it or something.
Yeah.
and, yeah. But it was I just had like things I had to shoot. It just was like not gonna work.
Yeah. Good.
And I was like sick at that point I had a respiratory thing for like 6 weeks. I was like, all right, my body's obviously like shutting down and I just need to cut something, and it's not going to be my touring, and it's not going to be the thing in my house.
Yeah.
So there's only one thing left. And now I've been going to like the beach every day and relaxing. I have so much more peace, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that's the best when you finally like take a leap and cut something, like take control of your life, and then it feels
I would love
like
to do
you
that.
almost feel like
Yeah.
it's not as scary, and then you're just happier.
Yeah.
Well, like today was such a happy day because I only had one thing to do. This.
I know. It's like
Right.
if you just have one
Yeah.
thing.
I was like, oh, she even said at like 3:00. She was like, why don't you go take a hike? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
He was like, I can. I was like, yeah. Then he went,
So I
and then
did
he
it.
projectile vomited. On
Yeah, I
that.
threw up today. We went to
He like gets in the shower. He goes, I threw up today, and I was like,
A hike?
Why? You went too high or something?
No, it's like we woke up and I usually work out before I eat. And she was hungry. I was like, let's go get something to eat. She's like, are you sure? Don't you want to work out first? And I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm
he
fine.
goes,
I ate
I
this
can
big
eat before I
omelet.
work out.
You definitely are the Todd, because Todd always knows everything that's going to happen. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. And he always
Yeah.
is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was in the parking lot at a very busy hiking place, Fryman, right here.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely a couple of moms saw me projectile vomit, just like running, just
Oh,
like,
eggs.
like everywhere.
I know. It's
was
hard.
awful.
Eggs, sometimes I throw up.
Eggs.
Eggs just sometimes make
Yes,
me throw up.
eggs.
Yeah.
Yes, and
He
hot
ate
sauce.
eggs.
Yeah. It's not the right move, but you tried. You wanted to have brunch.
Yeah. Okay, so you're special. How do you put a special together?
Okay, all I have is the DP, which
Okay.
ask me what he does.
Director of photography.
Yeah, but ask me what that is.
Makes the picture look a certain way. Makes
That's
the,
not really how people ask, but
The
I
shot.
was, but it's a better
Ask
answer.
her.
Oh,
But I was
what
gonna
is
say,
that?
I have no clue, but you do, so that's good. So now I just learned.
Sorry.
No, but I have
Like, ask
him.
me. You're like, well, so I think it's. I'm not listening.
You guys are like us. But yeah, no, I have that.
You have the DP. You don't have the director. Is he the director?
I had the director, but we're switching directors.
But you have. Do you have? Who cares about that? You have them all the material.
I have the material. I just want to structure it in a way. I have an idea of how I want it to end, like the finale, and
Yeah.
it's f***ing good.
Yeah.
And I want to put like a through line through it and figure out how to do it. But I have so much anxiety around sitting down and doing that type of work for some reason.
Okay. Why? Why? Tell me. Because I had the same
ADD,
thing.
yeah.
ADHD, it's just like the minute it becomes homework, I'm like, yeah,
Right.
I got to go to the
I-
beach.
Is it hard? It must be hard because I would think to do
I
something
need to
like.
call my shaman.
Do you not want to do that because it's like it's very personal?
Well, I think I think I'm used to putting things out half-ass and then being like, oh, if it's good, it's a miracle.
Yeah.
And
She has
that's
a
how good I
weird
am.
Thing with homework too. She has a weird homework block on her, and I think it stems from a lot of things. Her mom doing her homework for her, and
I wish it was funny. I'm like, Mom, I wish you were funny. You could write this special for me. Oh my God. You joined my swim team. You can't write my goddamn jokes.
I can't help you this time, Annie.
She's like, I'm done helping you.
It's true. Your mom can't write your stand-up.
She wrote all my papers for me growing up. Like I would get like, you know how everyone kind of gets uncomfortable when they have to concentrate and stuff. And then you learn as a kid to process that and work through it. I never learned that because my mom would just save me, which was very sweet.
Yeah.
And in her mind, she was helping me and she was, but I never I still get like a child's panic around.
Yeah.
And I'm a perfectionist and I keep thinking I'm going to like wake up tomorrow and not have ADD. You know, I'm like, I'll just today and then tomorrow I'll wake up and it'll be
No, take it serious.
so easy for me. But I do think I'm feeling very hopeful and good about it.
Maybe you need someone to come in like a Stan Lathan or someone like that and like look at the material and like shape it. He's just directed a lot of stand-up specials. Just get somebody like that.
Yeah, I do feel like I need that. That would help me.
I don't feel like stand-up specials need to have a crazy through line either.
It could just be an ADD thing, but there's something about how final it is. Like these are my jokes because I've never done a special. So this is like 15 years of my career, which I'm not doing jokes from 15 years ago, but it is like 15 years of my career. And then it's this thing where I'm so used to being able to like connect with the audience no matter what's happening.
Yep.
So the fact that I'm not going to be there when they're watching it to kind of like, if there's any weird vibes to fix or whatever, you know, there's something, I don't know. I just have like.
You're not going to be there with the audience. You're not going to be there with the audience as they watch it.
Yeah. So I want to make it as like polished as I can. And I'm just not really a polished. But then I'm like, am I fighting who I really am by even trying to polish it?
Maybe.
Right.
So.
Is there a special out there that you've seen that you like really admire that you're like, I'd love it to be as good as this?
Yeah. Every like. Louis Chappelle. I mean, I'm just such like, I'm like in my head, I'm like, you know, I want it to be like.
Be as good as that.
This like, and especially because everyone's doing specials right now and they're putting them out on YouTube and they're, you know, it doesn't feel special. I want my special to be special.
Right.
So now I'm like, I don't want to just throw something out there and be like, whatever, which everything is just throwing things out and going whatever.
Yeah.
That is what life is.
Weren't you saying that you were hearing that a lot of comedians were doing like 20-minute specials and 30-minute specials?
Yeah, like
is that true?
It
Some
doesn't
people are
have to
doing
be
that.
like an hour anymore.
Why don't you do that?
I
Do
feel
like
like
a
a pussy if
30-minute
I do that.
special like
But
this summer, and then do like another 30 minutes in January. Like,
yeah, I guess I could split it up.
do you think is that lame?
I think she wants her first
for
one to be
her-
like the thing. She wants it to be a thing.
Because I don't think people.
have the attention span? But if it's a good special, is that what you were going to say?
No, I think people have the attention span. I don't think people care.
How
Right.
long
I
it
think
is.
comedians have like a thing like this is the way things are done. And if
Yes.
you want respect from other comedians, this is how it's done. It needs to be done the way Bill Burr did it. It needs to be done the way
Right, but no one's
Chappelle did.
popular that worries about that stuff, by the way.
Right. And so the regular person, us, who
Regular.
consume
She's very normal.
who consume specials. Like we watched The Tell the other night. We watched
I love watching.
what else did we watch?
Isn't he just so funny?
He was great.
So funny.
He's just so funny.
And it was awesome. And like I watched it with my 18-year-old son,
He
and
loved
to,
it.
to see it through his eyes,
Yeah.
be like, oh, he just tells jokes.
Yeah.
Like, and he just makes fun of himself. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just jokes. And
It's
like,
so
He's like,
silly.
and I don't really know who he is really. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what's great about it.
Yeah.
But I just feel like when the way people consume stuff now, it's just like they just want more Annie.
Yeah,
They
I'm
don't
definitely
care.
putting too much pressure on myself.
Yeah, don't put pressure on it.
And I'm trying to release pressure.
But I think splitting it up in two will put more pressure on you, honestly.
then I'm just like, two
Because now
homeworks.
there's two things. Yeah, two homeworks. Two
I'm
things to
meeting
worry
with
about.
I hit up an ADD coach.
You didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah.
She finds.
And who is this charlatan
Well,
that's
I'll
going to take
find
your
out
money
on Monday. I'll find out on Monday.
for being an ADD coach?
Well,
Like,
we'll
what are
see.
they going to do for you?
I don't know. Maybe they have tools that help
Sit you in a room and take your phone away. Get rid of your ADD.
That would actually be really helpful.
When I look at you two, I always think, oh man, I'd love to like go over to their house and like smoke weed or something. Just take a night off.
What do we have over there? You have weed.
I mean, I smoke basically at night only now. Just
Yeah.
like right before bed, I'll smoke. And that's sometimes, because sometimes I just smoke now and,
How much high time do you get? 10 minutes, 45 minutes?
what, before I go to sleep?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'm up hours after I smoke because my brain's just going crazy.
I never got tired on weed. It was
No.
no, it
But sometimes I
never.
pass right out.
And if I pass out, then I wake up and I haven't slept. Like I slept, but I didn't sleep.
Yeah, you didn't sleep right.
It's like a sleeping pill when you're like, did I sleep or just close my eyes?
oh yeah.
Do you ever take sleeping pills?
I took
Ambien?
I took a Xanax the other night.
I don't like how Xanax makes me feel, and I'm so f***ed up the next
My
day.
God, I
I
took a
love
half of a
it.
Xanax. Oh,
It was my favorite in high school. It was like my shit. You were so happy.
He was so good, but then he was like, "This is how Ric Flair got hooked on this." I don't think he did it one time. He goes, I don't think we can get into this. I was like, I think you took like 0.25. And he goes, he's like, we can't be doing this.
Because I used to steal it from my dad. My dad had the little alprazolam, like the little
The best,
footballs.
the blue.
No, he had the little like white, like the really
Blues
like
are
really
dangerous.
small ones.
That's
We
what
would
I
buy
took.
the blues. We would
took
buy
the
the
blue.
blues.
Yeah, the blues.
Remember
are
the
Just remember
tombstone?
white.
Was that what it's called?
Why is it dangerous?
Don't tell
I
him
just
that,
people
Todd.
get addicted to it.
Because it feels
They get very
right.
addicted.
Do you know what it is? I'm like this. This is my entire being. At all
Yeah.
times. And then I took that half a Xanax the other night, and I was like,
I just looked at him and I was like,
Okay.
trust me, take a Xanax.
I'm like that. I'm like that too. I'm like that too. But then I'm like hyper and trying to do breath work and then I'm like, I didn't do my breath work long enough. And then I'm like mad at myself. I didn't do my mindfulness today. I got to do my morning pages. I like give myself like so many weird calming things that make me stressed out. Do you have one of these rings? The Aura ring?
no.
You probably shouldn't go in. Because
What does it do?
It tracks your sleep and your stress and your heart rate and stuff. So I'll be like, oh my God, I had such like a calm day.
Oh.
And then you look and you're like, oh no, I was just like stressed the whole day. Or it'll be, I'm like,
no
oh, I slept.
sleep.
And they'll be like, no, you didn't really sleep. You didn't get any REM. You got no deep sleep. They're like, you need to take it easy today. I'm like, oh my God, I thought this was like my best night's sleep.
It goes on an app?
Yeah.
Wait,
my
I
first thing
saw,
I checked now.
something you did. I don't know if it was on a podcast, but you said like it tells you when to sleep. But you were like at a stand-up show, and you're like, I can't go to
It's
sleep.
so
right
annoying.
now.
It always tells me, yeah, it's always like at
It's like
9. It's
time
like, you're
for
winding
bed.
down. I'm like, can you ring? I'm in charge. I'm not going to bed. So annoying. It's like
this
having
is
an
what
annoying
I
parent.
was telling her because she gets a lot of like advice from all her coaches and everything, and a lot of advice is for like normal people that wake up at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. They do everything, and then they're in bed at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and then at night she's always like, I'm so tired. Why am I so? What is going on with me? I'm like, it's because you're waking up at 7 or 8 a.m. If you think about it, you wake up at 7 a.m. You start your day, and you have a spot at 10:45, 10:30. You are up for 14 and a half
Yeah, that's
hours
a lot.
until you do
Until
your
I had to be
job.
like,
until you do your job.
Yeah.
And then on the days when I'm headlining and I'm doing 2
Yeah.
shows that night, and then I do like basically an hour meet and greet afterwards too. So
Yeah.
it's like, and I'm
Or-
chugging Red Bull.
Or
so I'm
like when you were like in Trash Tuesday, you'd wake up at like 7 a.m., go do Trash Tuesday.
to get there at 1, by the way,
Come.
and I'd still be like 5 minutes late.
Come and then do like Annie would, and then you have a spot, and it's like, and she's wondering why she's so.
I think
tired
it's the
all
Yeah.
stand-up that curses you. 'Cause
Yeah.
even if, like when I
Right,
used to do
'cause
it,
it's
and even if
night.
it went well, which it wouldn't, but let's say it did. Let's say I had like a spot at M Bar and I had a good night. Even then, you get home at like 11:15 and you're like, oh, it went well, and you're in the car and you're like,
You're
oh,
so
yeah.
excited. You're hyper.
Yeah, and then like you're like, it went well. Like you have that glow of like
Yeah.
after you did stand up. You used to do it, right? You did stand up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
She used to run- she used to book
it
shows and
never,
stuff.
it
Oh my
never went
God.
well.
Tell Annie when you did stand up and what you used to be like when you tried it, when you did it for a while.
Well,
maybe what
first
you
of all,
said?
she had the biggest tits you ever seen. They're perfect. Fucking
What
perfect.
did I say?
Well, you said basically that like people would try to give you notes, but you were really
I was so I feel like if I did it now, I would be like so amazing because I'm so self-aware.
Yes.
But when I was really young, I was like, oh, I'm the best ever. And then like bigger comics would be like, hey, like I wrote these things down, and I'd be like I think I'm good.
yeah, I think I got it.
And like anytime I watch it back or I see something, I'm like, oh my God, that was so bad. And their notes were so sweet and so like
But it's
accurate.
hard to take notes too sometimes, and I feel like maybe you were self-aware to know that you are going to be the best writer for yourself, even if you were like bombing at the time. Because
Yeah.
sometimes people will give me notes, and I'm like, but that's your voice. Like if I
Yes,
like
yes,
I
that's
can't,
true.
I could never have writers because like he'll try to pitch me things, and I've never really taken because it's so hard for me to like. I have to get there in my own brain.
yeah.
So maybe you were just
She's
so
thinking
good.
one of my
Maybe, I
jokes.
don't know.
Which one?
It was pretty bad.
Oh yeah, the
She took
drag
one of my
race.
jokes. Yeah.
You want to tell it?
I said, I was like, this is a good joke. And it goes, yeah, I just found out one of my childhood friends just like died in a drag race. Must have fell off the stage.
Every time I have a stupid joke, and then people will laugh, and I'll be like, Todd wrote that.
Did you use it?
Yeah, I've used
That's
it. Yeah,
really
Did it work?
Yeah, it would work, but I would always be like, Todd wrote it. I don't know. I feel like I'm lying if I do a joke someone
If
else
it's
wrote me too.
someone else.
Oh, really?
I know it's not right.
You think?
I was
Can't do
talking.
it.
Yeah, it's like, you know when you're doing mics and stuff, it's like you're playing to the back of the room. You're trying to make like the comics in the back of the room laugh.
Yeah.
I still have that from 15 years ago a little bit.
I sent Fahim Anwar a joke the other day.
Do you like it?
He said it was funny. It was completely racist if I did it, but what was it? I'd have to look in my notes. Wait, what was
so
the
funny.
what was the
Fahim's
joke?
the only person that doesn't need people to send him jokes. I mean, I've
No,
never,
I know.
the most
I know.
prolific
And I'm sure
joke writer of all time.
I also don't know him that well, so I'm sure he was just like, whatever.
I'm open to notes always from people, but like I don't get mad at people. Except my photographer. That was annoying when that guy was filming me and was giving me notes. I'm like,
Someone was filming
someone
you?
that was doing my like clips.
Yeah.
I was giving you notes.
He was like an open mic, and I was like, he'd be like, oh, I'm like, don't. Because now you're judging. Now I'm being judged by the guy that's like filming every single one of my sets.
Right. What was your joke? You wrote a funny joke the other day.
I'm not saying my jokes.
Why?
She's saving it for Kill Tony.
That's
She's
my
waiting for
dream.
Kill. That's her dream.
My
Is to be on Kill
dream.
Tony. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm trying to
I'll be on the
perfect
panel.
it.
I'll pretend I don't know you and be so mean to you. I'm like, who's this dumb big-titted bitch? I bet
No,
that
she
purse
thinks-
$3. I bet that purse was $3.
No, she thinks she's going right to panel.
Oh.
No. The way that I see it is you're on the panel.
Yeah.
And I get picked from the bucket.
Which
Oh,
the chances of
this is
that
like a
are insane.
But then, it would also
Manifest
be
it.
an opportunity for him. It's going to be the first time he does this because he loves like first time doing something.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do my minute and then I'm going to be like, Tony, pull up a seat and let me be
And Tony be like, I bet he comes in a minute too.
And then he's going to let me be on the panel after my 1 minute. And then he's going to be like, he's gonna be like, it's never been done before. Kill Tony. I'll be like, ah. And then I'll sit
This
there and
is
I'll
your
roast
Jim
people.
Carrey $50 million check moment.
One time we were talking about Kill Tony, and she was like talking about some scenario, and she's like, because when Tony comes home, we'll like talk
and
about. And I was
you
like, you guys
live
live
with
together? Like, wait a minute, what?
I've been to his condo. I know what it looks like. I can help you manifest this. I can map it out for
We
you.
go in his house.
Please don't have her leave me for Tony Hinchcliffe.
That's so funny.
I've got Vince Vaughn to worry about. Tony Hinchcliffe.
I wouldn't be. I've never been with someone short.
Oh God.
Oh, I made that mistake once. Remember when we were playing board games with Tony and I said something and he was like, I'm not. He's like, yeah, because I'm known for being short. I was like, are you known for being tall? Which is like a joke because we were like,
My whole thing with her too is if she were to leave me today, I'd be like, yeah.
I deserve it. It's such low self-esteem.
Like, not that I have low self-esteem, but it's just like,
No, one of our first fights, he like looked at me and he goes, "What are you gonna do? Leave and I'll be miserable? Do it. I'm used to it.
yeah.
I can be miserable."
Nobody
And I
does
was like-
miserable better than me. You know what I mean?
You're like, just leave me a couple Xanax, all right?
Yeah.
I was like, "That's."
But I also think that she's like so young and beautiful. Like if she said to me, "Hey, you know what? This is not where it's at," I'd be like,
Even being married.
"Got it."
Sometimes with Todd, I'm like, is he going to want to like, in 10 years, because he's 11 years younger than me, like,
Yeah.
is he in like 10 years going to be like,
I dated an older woman once.
look at his face. He's disgusted.
No,
Look at his face.
No, she's great. No.
But older women keep they're older women as time
There's
goes on.
nothing to do with physicality. It's just of who she
Her dry
was.
pussy, yeah.
No. She
was all dried up as
she was
coffin down there.
32. I was 23. And
Oh. That's normal.
yeah, no, it was normal.
That's-
It was great.
9?
It was great. I mean, she
was
What's your age
great.
difference?
19.
Cute.
That's a lot.
Hot. When
Your
you were
kids are
19,
that
I was
age, right?
nothing. I
Aren't
was
your kids
nothing.
19?
His son is 18. His daughter is younger.
My son's the same age as.
No.
No. My son's 18.
18, okay.
Yeah, and
The
my
gap.
daughter's 15, and they love her.
Yeah.
Love.
My kids.
Love.
Oh, it's so funny.
And
You're a
we-
mom of like grown kids. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
we say that now. It'd be like, I'll say like, we're parents, or what did I say the other day? Yeah, I slipped right into it. I was like, you're.
You said our son or something.
Are you
Our
friends with
son.
the ex-wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all like pretty close.
We're all really close. She
Aw.
lives right there, and she's great. And
Yeah.
she's really nice.
Wow.
And she's been really nice to you.
Yeah. Surprise.
Oh my God, another person you have to realize.
So nice.
You have to. She's gonna leave you for her too.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
They're just lesbian raising your children without you. That would be so. You
That
have to
would be-
see her all the time.
that would be-
Oh, you'd be so
That's
miserable.
funny.
That's good. That's good.
That's really funny.
Maybe that's
for
what
a
you
show.
want. You just want like.
That
That's like
happened to
your.
a friend of mine. His wife went lesbian.
But with his current girlfriend
No, but
or wife, sorry.
I wonder what that's like. I wonder what that's
Just
like to have your.
see
To
that
have
would
your
just be like so.
That's crazy.
I wonder what that's like to have your woman leave you for a woman.
Todd would like it. Well, Todd's always like, you could hook up with a girl. I'm like, he doesn't understand how like lesbians are like, they get in, they'll steal your girl.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're not around.
That's really funny.
I've dated a girl that became a lesbian right after.
Did it hurt your
It was
feelings?
kind of weird. It didn't hurt my feelings, but
It kind of makes sense. He's sensitive. He's sweet.
it was
Yeah.
kind of weird.
You're not gonna find another guy that's this cool. You gotta find a girl.
And she's like a real lesbian now.
Oh really? Should I cut her
Yeah,
hair?
yeah,
Aww.
That's really funny.
yeah.
Well, guys, go
Thanks
watch
for
the
having us.
Annie Wood podcast. This is the only podcast that she does now. She is no longer on Trash Tuesday. If you want to see Annie and if you want to see Todd, I'll link the podcast below.
He's not always on it if
I'm
you
not
don't like
always
him.
on. It's a special occasion.
People get there
on.
like he laughs all the time. I'm like, guys, why would that be
I
bad?
hate my laughing.
They're like, it's so
I
annoying.
love
when he
No,
laughs.
that's what I like
It's
about
the
it.
best.
That's the best.
It's so cute. It's like, oh, he thinks she's funny, and then
I
that's
love
what a
when people
comic
laugh
needs. A
on it.
comic
I
needs
know.
somebody that's
He
like
He laughs in
laughing.
his sleep. I don't even know if he's laughing at what I'm saying. He's just always laughing. He's like Tourette's. But I'll take it. I don't care. And then people are like, we hate when he. I'm like, do you want him to not? I would be so miserable if I was just there. Like, I might actually be funnier though because I'd be like trying so hard.
Yeah.
We're turning them though. A lot of our audience.
Yeah, they're
are
coming
starting
back
to-
around. They get it.
They understand.
The all taint shirt.
We got our all taint shirts. You get that on the merch.
Annie with
That's
California
great.
baby.
All taints?
All taints.
That's
so
really
all
funny.
That's
Funny.
really funny.
Is that your merch?
Yeah.
This is our merch.
Oh, that's
Annie with
really
California.
funny.
One of them. But I
That's
have
so
to draw more
cute.
merch. I drew like my one picture where it's like me looking to the mirror and it's Danny DeVito looking in the reflection.
Funny.
And I've been selling it for like, what, 4 years now? And I'm like, oh, I should just draw another thing. Because that picture when I first drew it in 2012 like went super viral.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I could just keep drawing things. And then I'm like, that's homework. I can't draw. No more drawing for me.
Yeah.
ADHD.
My coach is going to fix this.
Good luck at the coach on Monday. Good luck
Thank
at
you.
your show on Wednesday, April 16th at the Comedy Store.
Is it Wednesday or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, April 16th.
Come.
My bad.
If you guys want to come, they'll be in the audience. Or maybe
I'm
in the
going to be
green
there.
room.
Navene's going to be there. We're going to go to that one.
I'd love to go.
She always wants to go see comedy. Whenever we drive by the Comedy Store, we're like, let's go in. And then we're like,
I
where
just
do,
love watching.
like, where do we
stand-up. It's the
park?
best.
That's the big thing is the parking.
Park at the
I know.
Undoes.
You park in the Undes and it's
But
like
you
40
don't like,
bucks.
yeah,
It's
so
like
you're,
$25.
25.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
but when you come to Anniewood and friends, you can come in the back. You can,
Still going
hang
to
out in the
park at
green
the
room.
So where should I park? At the
You're
Undes?
so crazy about. You just park.
I'm a big I have parking anxiety.
Just park.
it does make a night different.
Yeah.
When you're like, when we're
Can you
park.
always park at the Endes? No problem.
Yeah, there's always.
You can
a
always
spot
park there. There's no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
because
I was like-
everyone else is cheaper than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waste my money.
I got passed right away, so I've never had to worry about that. But
How long did it take you to go past the Comedy Store?
my first audition,
No way.
yeah, in 2012.
Pretty cool.
That is cool.
It's really cool. You got anything coming up?
I am working on a book,
Yep.
and it will be done eventually. And
Yeah.
one day I will be working on having children.
Aw,
And
Yeah, we're gonna have kids next year. We're gonna try.
Amazing.
We're gonna try this year.
we're gonna start trying because sometimes it takes long.
It won't
Sometimes
take
it
long.
doesn't.
I knock them right out.
sometimes it
yeah.
doesn't though.
I knock them right out.
Fun,
problem.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, your kids are
No
gonna be
problem.
so cute.
No problem. It's no problem. Knock them right out. Fertile myrtle. When I had to go, when they told me it was time,
Yeah.
boom, first month.
You're pregnant right now.
Then on the second one, I think it took a couple months.
Do you get scared though if it's like, oh, it's gonna happen right now? Does that make you feel nervous?
No, I would want.
You're
She's
ready.
like ready to
You're
go,
ready.
Annie.
Yeah.
It's
I'm one of those people that's like, I think I'm meant for motherhood.
Aw.
Yeah.
like ready to be a mom.
I'm just good at like taking care of stuff.
She will be a great mom, but I mean, I'm so old.
And the idea of raising someone is so fun.
The baby carrier is like $3 though. The baby's like falling to the ground all the time. The stitches are popping. It's from Shein. I'm like, oh my god.
I want to learn.
What did you
how
get
to
this on
sew.
Wish? Oh my god.
I want to make like my baby's clothes and stuff.
Oh, that's so cute.
all the
You're getting you got such a
brands,
trad wife. How did you do this?
That's what Moshe said about her.
That's
He
so
was here in
funny.
that seat. He was
Moshe's
like-
so funny.
He's like,
He's so
she's a
funny.
trad wife. She is a trad wife.
But she's not just a trad wife. That's what's so crazy.
no, she has trad qualities.
She's got trad qualities.
Yeah. We love her.
Thank you. I think I'm all trad.
You think you're all trad?
I think.
Trad wife would never have done comedy
But I wouldn't do it now.
because trad men would be like funny women. I remember doing Rogan. Rogan's like, men don't like funny women, and I was like, my DMs are full.
That's not true. Men like funny
Because I
women.
think guys only like funny women.
Sometimes they do. I think they like women that laugh at their jokes.
True. That's so true, actually.
But you're so funny. I laugh at your jokes all day.
Yeah, but I also feel like you're so threatened by me, so I have to like hold back my jokes.
You think I'm threatened by
Yeah, I can't be too funny.
You think I'm
Oh, because
threatened?
you'll like over funny him.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No, I don't think so. I think
yeah.
there's lots of days where you're way funnier than me.
I'm just messing with you. I don't
Okay.
know.
I was gonna say this is gonna be a good
crazy.
storyline in the
Yeah.
pilot.
Yeah, that would be a good storyline. All right, well, here we go. That's the show.
Todd, are you threatened by my
I love
cutting humor?
Oh, I'm so threatened by it.
No, Todd never gets offended. I love that about Todd.
That's nice.
He's got such a secure ego.
What would offend you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
If someone was mean to me,
Nope.
He's like, I wouldn't care.
He worked at the Comedy Store for 10 years. Nothing offends him, I'm sure.
But there's
Yeah.
always something. But people that say nothing
Everyone
offends them,
says
they don't want you to
nothing.
know.
I know. Everyone that says nothing offends them, they always are.
They're so
by
offended.
something, and they're always offended. But I truly am not offended by it.
I don't
his
get
friends
offended.
aren't either. His friends are really like,
Really?
yeah.
What are his friends like? I love him asking
Well, they're
you.
all like, one is a prison guard.
No.
Really?
One is for a juvenile,
For like a baby person.
for a baby prison. They
baby
call him Baby
prison?
Chris because he's such a baby. Like, and you're like, Baby Chris, I don't understand. And then you meet him and you're like, this is a baby man. Him and his wife, they have bunny rabbits as pets. It's like, that's a baby pet.
That's so
That's the babiest
interesting.
pet you could get is a bunny
Yeah.
rabbit. And they just do baby things. He acts like a baby. It's so weird. So Baby Chris, and then there's his friend B-Figs, who's like
A rapper.
a dirt biker type. And they just play video games. They both live in Jersey, so
That's
he just plays
cute.
video
Oh,
games
okay.
with
Yeah.
them.
Like childhood friends or college
And
friends.
they-
Yeah.
And they do
Childhood,
pranks.
yeah, childhood friends.
I don't
have
get
any of those.
offended at anything, but I do find there, as I've gotten older, there's things that like I find not funny that
Of
people think are
course,
funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's
And,
weird
like-
the angle. If you go like, that's your angle, you go like, ooh.
Well, sometimes if people talk about like dead kids and stuff, I shut off. I'm like, that's not funny. And even though I can see like,
Like kids?
yeah,
Like,
if
what
someone's
kind of,
talking
like-
about like kicking a baby or something, like I find myself being a bit of a prude.
That's
I'm like,
not a dead kid.
I'm like, that's not funny. But I see the whole audience laughing.
But
or
you're like, what if
something.
the baby survived?
Yeah, the baby didn't die.
That's my example, at least.
But sometimes people can make something really funny.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Did you think, like,
I think before I had kids, if someone made a dead baby joke, I'd be like, ha 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 ha. But now I'm like, oh, that's not.
you're taking it too serious?
I take it too seriously. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I turn
His
into a
brain
pussy.
goes to like a worried father place.
Yeah. A little bit. A little bit. All right. Well,
Well, all right.
no, go.
On that dead baby note,
No, you have something to add? Go ahead.
no, I was going to say this podcast feels a lot like a dead baby kicked across the room.
I think
You
it was
can go to
pretty good.
AnnieLederman.com/shows to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
see
go
me.
see
I'm going to
Annie
be in
live.
Spokane and Fort Worth, Texas, and where else, Todd?
New
You write
York,
on the pod every
Sam
day.
Rockwell's backyard.
Fort Worth.
Convincing him that he knows you.
Spokane,
Still going.
I don't know.
I don't know. Just go to the thing. They're laughing at us because we're funny.
No, I'm laughing because I made a joke
Wait,
and
do
you
you
didn't
wear
hear
a
me.
wedding ring?
Yeah, I wear.
That's so cute.
Isn't
Oh
that
my
cute?
God, Todd, let me see. Oh my God, look at
Golden
it.
band.
What made you
Yours
go
is
gold?
big
Was
and
that like
beefy.
your-
It's my dad's wedding band.
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
so
Yeah.
sweet.
I just like to have. I like things on my wrist. Like I even if it's like a cheap watch, I'm wearing this cheap Nixon. I just like things on my hands.
We got to get you an expensive watch. These are the wrong people to
well,
talk
I
to about
used
it.
to be Apple Watch guy.
Yeah, Apple Watches suck.
They just
You don't need it for any reason.
I don't like how it
dinging.
looks.
Do you want to
Yeah.
get all blinged out? That type of guy? Different rings and
Yeah.
chains?
I mean, maybe
and
not like
a Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp style, but like maybe like one good ring, one good watch.
Just
I don't think
punch
there's anything
me
wrong
with-
with it.
Little, maybe
You should do
little
a
bracelet.
pinky ring
A pinky ring
on
maybe,
that.
Yeah.
Pinky ring on that hand.
one.
Yeah.
Well, when he proposed to me, this was a pinky ring. It didn't get sized right.
How did
so
you propose?
embarrassing.
It was on a
We all have
party
ADD.
bus.
What?
We all have ADD. It's a 5 hour.
I know.
No one
I
can
know,
end
I
it.
know, I know. No one can end it.
But it's a
Last
good story.
It was on a party bus in Las Vegas on the way to see Chris Angel.
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that perfect? It was so funny. Our whole family was there.
Oh, in front of the whole family.
Yeah, it was really cute.
And then I went to put the ring on her finger, and it went to right here.
And it was a pinky ring. And then we were going backstage with Chris Angel because we don't f around.
Yeah.
And they're like, we hear you got engaged. And I'm like, did I? I mean, but I guess if you're going to go to a place with like a diamond pinky ring, it's probably Chris Angel.
It's so funny.
But then we got it resized. And then he lost this in the lazy river.
I lost this in the lazy river the day of.
My biggest fear, Todd. My biggest fear is to lose this. She'll kill me.
Scared. And it's
Yeah.
my dad's ring too.
Oh.
So it's
And
sentimental.
I was with Josh Potter, who's
Legally blind.
He's legally blind, and he's helping me find my ring.
Like the worst friend.
He's like, maybe if I just stand right here, it'll hit me in the lazy river.
It's like 150
So
degrees
funny.
out. We're in
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm asking the lifeguard, I'm like, I lost my ring. Like, where does the filtration go? He's like, dude, it's gone. Like, basically, he's like, dude, it's gone. And I'm like, no fucking way. And then I'm about to just give up. I do a lap looking for him. I'm about to just give up. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to find this ring. So I went to the little shop they have next to the lazy river. I get little goggles. $40 for little goggles.
Yep.
And I tell the woman, I'm like, I lost my ring in my wedding band in Lazy River. I'm going to find it.
Were you
She's
drunk?
like, no.
Thank God.
Yeah. And she was like, you're not going to find it. Good luck.
Everyone's so negative.
That
Seriously.
sucks.
Yeah.
And I was like, put them on. Did a couple laps and I found it. Picked it up. I found it. And then
That's
someone
the
bumped
best
into me and I
feeling.
dropped it. I lost it again for another 2 hours. I swear to God, it was so annoying.
The whole time I'm napping because I've just been with my family and also doing ketamine behind their back. And I'm like so tired. I'm like, I gotta
I know.
sleep.
Then I come back and I'm like, you won't believe what happened. It was a rough day.
And
but we got
then,
it
yeah.
done.
And when you dropped it the second time, how long?
It was gone for longer the second time.
Really?
I don't know why I dropped it and it was just
Did
completely
you cry
gone.
or no?
No, I didn't cry. I
He
held
would
it
have cried.
together.
You would have cried though.
I held it together.
Oh,
I lost my dad's ring.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I
Yeah.
would've- I
What are you
would've-
gonna do?
It
Yeah.
was just the day
Did you lose your
that,
dad?
Huh?
Did you lose your dad?
No, he's alive and well.
Oh, you're fine, yeah.
and it was the day.
If he was gone, it
I
would be
lost
like
his ring.
it would suck if you lost his ring and he wasn't
Wouldn't
with
matter.
you anymore.
Terrible.
But it was the
Just a
day
ring.
that
You
I
like
was going to
grandmothers, I'd be sad if I
propose.
left.
So it was going to be weird. to,
Oh, it was
like-
the day you were gonna
Yeah.
propose.
And then
Oh,
neither
would've
of us
fucked up
had rings on the right
everything.
finger.
And
That's
it
cute,
didn't
though.
Good story.
It would have been terrible.
Yeah.
Got out alive there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why she
was all
would kill me if I
sunburnt.
lost this. And when I did the dishes the other night, it flies right off.
I know, mine too.
So I don't like you doing dishes and stuff.
You need a
Okay,
maid.
I'll just let them pile up.
She's a
There's
trad
literally
wife. She wants
never
to do
a
it.
There's never.
A couple nights last week, I did the dishes while you talked to me. It was nice.
Yeah, because
Remember?
I was doing so much those days.
You were
Yeah.
buying stuff online and
She only spent $20 that week. She bought 100 things.
that's true. She's
I'm so
cheap
good
trad
with
wife.
money. It's crazy.
She's very good with money. Thank God.
Well,
All right.
I'm just like I gotta make enough for it not to matter.
Yeah.
What time? What are you guys doing tonight?
We're going to Whitney is doing a new joke night at the Comedy Store at 8. So it's perfect
gonna
time.
go
You want to
chill.
come?
We have reservations.
Where are you
Ooh,
going?
that sounds good.
Laurel Hardware.
Oh, cool.
You know it?
I do know it.
It's pretty good.
I know it more as a bar.
We go and have dinner there.
Yeah, I used to use it as a bar. And
Yeah.
then I got in a relationship.
A bunch of my
and
friends
we
from
go to
Santa Fe
dinner.
work there. Like bar managers
They
there.
used to do comedy shows there, right?
I have no clue. Anyway, guys, this
All
is
right.
getting crazy.
Bye, guys.
Okay,
We'll see
we
you
gotta
soon.
go.